Hi, welcome back to mHUB Inside. Today I'm joined by our shop director, John, and we're talking about some projects for two of mHUB's major events that are coming up in just about 2 weeks. So it's the mHUB Hardtech Summit and the Fourth Revolution Awards. These particularly relate to the Fourth Revolution Awards, which is an award ceremony that recognizes excellence in hardtech and manufacturing innovation in the greater Midwest. Our finalists were just recently announced, so you could find that on our social or website. They're going to get this lovely award, which we'll talk about, and then our evening reception to celebrate the winners. We've decided to make some of the decor in-house for our tabletops. And so, John, if you can tell us about how we're able to use what we have here at mHUB in the shop to make this come to life.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Working with Emily, an mHUB staffer, and we're taking the centerpieces with an LED base that we bought from a store, and then we're using the laser cutter to etch the logo into a piece of clear acrylic.
Right.
You can use the laser cutter to etch away material and sort of frost it, but we've chosen instead to etch away the masking that comes on the acrylic, and then Emily's going to spray paint a clear matte coat over it to give this sort of effect in a much more efficient manner.
Right, and like what's the time savings on that? So to etch one all the way through.
To etch one from top to bottom, you can do 2 in about 40 minutes on our laser,
Okay.
But it only takes a few minutes to cut the masking away and then a few more minutes to apply the paint. So it's a significant savings of Emily's time.
Yep.
And she has to make 40 or 50 of these.
Yes. And then this just gets used over and over again as like a template in
Exactly
our spray
right.
booth.
We run the same file over and over again.
Is there a particular type of actual like spray or paint that
Sure.
gets applied?
Buying spray paint's a little difficult here in the city.
Sure,
So
yeah.
I went out to the suburbs to an auto parts store, and they have a great set of finishes that you can apply.
Oh, smart. Cool. Great. And then we just pop them right in here and light them up. So it's a really nice, like, easy way to bring some ambiance.
Yeah, it's going to look
To the
great
evening
in that
event.
darkened room.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then here, these awards, so each winner of each category will get an award. This is an old version of the award. Do you want to talk about like what we're moving towards?
Sure. We simplified the design a little bit to make it easier for our fabricators to make. So we have blocks of wood that are bandsaw cut and then sanded very smooth, filled and sanded repeatedly, and then applied an automotive finish to give it a nice black gloss. We have the Fourth Rev logo printed on our SLS printer out of white nylon. That will get glued on the surface. And then finally we'll use the laser cutter to engrave the year and the logo and the recipient and apply that to the surface of each award.
And is this like an acrylic?
That's an applique, right?
Okay.
It can be a plastic or a metal, and then the laser, in a similar fashion to how these were made, will etch away the black material and reveal the white underneath.
Cool. Is there a like certain wood that's recommended or required to get this really nice sheen?
We used a Baltic birch plywood for this. This original version, which was made a few years ago, was made with MDF. It doesn't really matter. It just has to be something wood that's easy to finish, easy to sand smooth, and it will take the paint nicely.
Cool. Well, we're going to show you details of both of these processes. Emily, who's behind the camera right now, hi Emily, will be working on our acrylic rounds, and then an mHUB member is working on the awards. So over the next couple of days, we'll capture some footage of that process, put it all together for you, and if you have comments on how anything was done, let us know below. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, so we are back in the shop a day later, and Emily is getting started on the acrylics. You got a bunch done this morning, yeah?
Yes, I got about 20 done that are like good to go. And then I have 5 that I have to continue working on, and I'm just continuing the process and moving the laser to the right or to the middle.
Yeah, so let's talk about like Quinn's realigning because some of them were like
out.
not cutting through.
Yeah, so these are like some examples. Like everything else came out good, but then the side right here didn't come out good. So we're trying to move the laser so it can come out the way it's supposed to, like this.
Yeah. And then this is an example of what John was talking about yesterday with that using the mask. So like you're just picking out this R.
Yeah.
And then the etching of the letters is already done. So once you spray paint it,
It'll look
the paint
something
comes
like
through.
this. Yeah.
Cool. So what have been your thoughts? This is your first laser cutter project.
I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but John and Quinn made it super easy for me. And the programming is not that hard. It's just trying to play with the laser to see what works and what doesn't. Definitely a trial and error process.
Cool. Well, we'll get this aligned and then we'll just watch the jobs running. And when you spray paint them, I'll check back in with you.
Cool. Sounds good.
Thanks.
Perfect. That's how it's supposed to look.
So the readjustment worked.
So that's how you would want it to come out. So it's super easy, so I wouldn't have to carve it with the knife on the edges. Like for these I had to. But the laser did its job and it came out like this. So the next thing I would do is just peel the R like that. And then they're all ready to go. Like this. And then eventually, once I'm done, I'll just spray paint the R so it'll come out like the template. And then after, I just put another one of these into the machine. And then I press start and the process continues.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Emily.
No
We'll check
problem.
in with you again.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks for watching.